It would be nice for most of us if I transpose it down. I sometimes have to be reminded. I remind myself after I start. Here we go. Let's start from the beginning. All right.
Life of God. Hello, hello, hello.
Are we ready?
I don't know what time it is.
It's still 5 till.
Oh, well.
4 minutes still.
4 minutes till. That's when we do the gathering. We don't actually do the gathering song till.
Daughter-in-law and my wonderful granddaughter, Giovanna.
So, good morning. This is not the official start yet.
I know.
This is a warm-up. We're still in our gathering music, but we have an opportunity to have Phyllis at the piano today, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So we're going to go back to the hymnal, an old kind of thing, 183. I am the radiant life of God. And we're going to sing this to warm up, and then we'll actually begin our service. If you're with us online, we're focused on Phyllis right now, but we'll come back up front in a minute. And so Phyllis is going to lead us in. Just play it one time through, and then we'll sing after that.
And then when we start to sing, when we get down to all of those, the health of God, the strength of God, vitality, energy, vim of God, I can hardly get it out, so I'm going to slow way down. Thank you.
But then could you speed up after a while?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I start fast and then I slow down and then we speed back. Yes.
Okay, so we'll listen one time through, and then and then we'll go with her. Are you ready? Here we go. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. The health of God, the strength of God, vitality, energy, vim of God. I am the radiant life of God. I am the wonderful love of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the wonderful love of God. I am, I am, I am. The peace of God, the joy of God, serenity, harmony, rhythm of God. The wonderful life of God. I am, I am, I am. The wisdom and power of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the wisdom and power of God. I am, I am, I am. The light of God, success of God, prosperity, happiness, might of God. I am the wisdom and power of God. I am, I am, I am. Woo! Almost got out of breath on that. Thank you, and thank you so much, Phyllis, for being here with us. And so I'll go to my usual greeting at this time. Okay, we're refocusing the camera, I think. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, just move the camera back first.
We'll get there. So we have a new person on our AV team, and so we're thankful to have Earl here as well. We'll get that. I'll help it out. Does that look good?
Well, we're seeing, oh, there you go.
Up.
That looks good.
Looking good now? Yep. Okay. I did this. Okay, you guys ready? Okay. So now I get to say, good morning, Unity of Payson. I'm so glad to see some of you I haven't seen in a long. Jules, I haven't seen you in what, a half a year or more. And you have, your wonderful little. What's your daughter's name? I forgot. Giovanna with you. Wow, Giovanna, you have the record for the youngest person here. And Pauline, I haven't seen you for a while. Skip and Mike, we haven't seen Michael. We haven't seen you for a while, and this Mike too. Wow, great. So here in person, we've got some new people or people returning that we haven't seen for a while, and I welcome all of you who are joining us online as well. So as we gather in great gratitude, we open in prayer. God of all goodness, our hearts are full of gratitude. When we take time to count our blessings, we realize they are many. When we take time to look at all the things from a big picture, we see that all of them work together for good in our lives. So as we talk about balance, as we talk about walking that middle way today, we are grateful that we have the control of bringing ourselves back into balance. And we have the support of Spirit for every step along the way and the guidance as well. So as we gather today, we are thankful. And so it is. So we will move on with our service, and Phyllis will be back at the end of the service. She's going to play some additional music then, so you'll get to enjoy that. But we're going easy on her this morning, and we'll have our opening song, and that is Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell. This is something you may just want to listen to, and if we can go ahead and start that.
Rows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that weep, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions. I recall, I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels with dizzy dancing where you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions. I recall, I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds. I've looked at life that way, but now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions. I recall, I really don't know life at all. I've looked at life from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's life's illusions. I recall, I really don't know life at all.
So as we go along through this service, you're going to see why that song is so very important, both sides. And so we'll go on with our welcome. Okay, we were going to do it again, but I guess we won't. We'll go on to welcome all of our visitors that are with us this morning. We have some visitors, Jules and Giovanna. Did I get it right? Okay, I'm learning. And I'm going to call you a visitor, Pauline, because I haven't seen you for a long time. So, and then if there's anybody online, I'm going to ask you just to unmute and speak out if you're visiting with us. I'll give just a minute to go ahead and speak out if you are visiting with us. So we have many of you online that are regulars for us, and I don't see any particular new people online today. But I wished, I won't ask you to stay afterward for a greeting, because afterwards we're having more music, and we'll go with that. But I want to welcome each of you who is online, and for your fidelity in being here and participating in this way. We're fortunate to have an opportunity to be with people that are here wherever they are geographically, whether they're with us virtually online, and then as well, those of us here in person. If you're with us virtually and you don't receive the email newsletter that comes out every Monday morning, Terry puts that together, and Monday morning early it will be in your email. Please go to unityofpayson.org and just give us your email address so we can send that to you. Or you can talk to me. We'll figure it out one way to be able to give it to her. What? And you could leave your name on the greeter table as well. There's lots of options. We're thankful for each one who is here today. And we have a little bit of an appreciation that we say, an affirmation here. So if you will, everyone say this with me together. We love you, we appreciate you, we welcome you, and we bless the Christ you are. So we're moving on to gratitudes. Do we have the handheld mic here? I think it should be on the right there. Yeah, just put it on and tap it and see. Okay, so I want to open the floor for gratitudes. Does this mic work? Yes, this mic does work. Okay. But yeah, I guess I'm told you have to move. Actually, I know you have to hold it very close. So if you have a gratitude this morning, for those of you who are here in person, I'm going to hand you the mic and hold it close and tell us what your gratitude is. And Donna, you have gratitude to start? Go ahead.
Yes, hi. I'm really grateful for a couple of things here. There is we have Earl who's volunteering on AV, and we have Tom who's out of town, and we have Terry teaching teaching Earl. And I'm grateful for that. And also, I'm really grateful that Terry was able to get the Both Sides Now song to play for us a little bit faster today. And we now know that we can use some popular songs, and we'll start using more of those according to our music director, Jennifer, who's online. So thank you for being here, Jen, online. And there you go.
Who else has a gratitude you'd like to share with us? I'm looking for a hand being raised. If you're online, you can just unmute and go ahead and give us your gratitude. Please do that or put it in the chat. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude.
Well, I always have one with
Well, let me come over and give you the mic here, Phyllis.
way back here.
I'm just delighted to have my daughter-in-law and my 14-month-old granddaughter here today to support me and the energy.
He's got lots of energy, I'll bet, too. Anybody else?
Teresa online has a gratitude.
Oh.
She says,
Would you speak? Read it out.
All right. She says, hello, good morning. I'm grateful that Phyllis will be playing for us today. Love Joni Mitchell. Gratitude, good showing to honor veterans yesterday. Thank you, veterans. Another gratitude, I'm grateful that Unity's new space is working out well. And let's see, from Bobby and John it is?
Yeah.
Grateful for our Unity family, wish we could attend in person more often. Let's see, I think that's it, unless somebody else puts in there.
Great. Thank you very much. We're getting so that we can actually turn our camera, right? And we can bring it back to the front. There we go. So thank you for participating in those gratitudes. You may have noticed that I'm the person that's doing the platform duties today. Doesn't happen very often, but Donna will be giving the message today. And so I'm up here kind of hold everything together. And if I make a goof, because I don't do it very often, you'll forgive me, I know. So we move on to the fact that we know very clearly that unity is grounded in meditation and affirmative prayer. It's so important for us, and we have a chaplain team that is more than willing to pray with you. Our chaplain team meets and we pray together once a month, but chaplains are praying every day for your requests. And if you have a request, please talk to Donna and Betty are here today if you'd like to speak to somebody personally. And you can also put a prayer request in the prayer box on the greeter table, or you can send me an email, neil.unityofpayson@gmail.com. Any of these ways, and the Unity prayer team will pray with you for 30 days. We ask you give the first name so we can use that. We're just delighted to be able to hold you up whenever we can do that. It's a blessing to us as well as to you. Oh yes, I'm reminded that we forward our requests after the 30 days when we prayed to Silent Unity in Kansas City. We'll leave some in Missouri at Unity Village, and they are prayed there for another 30 days. It's a unique process that happens 24/7 all the way around the clock in a prayer chapel. And so you are held up in prayer when you offer a prayer request. So we move on to the theme for this month. Unity's theme for May is Sacred Symmetry, Living in Harmony and Balance. And this is the capstone of that theme this last Sunday in May. And today's speaker is, well, let's do that affirmation together so we can get that one more time. Say the affirmation with me. Here we go. Aligned with the divine, my life is an experience of oneness and balance. And today's speaker will be Donna Steckal, PhD, LUT. Go ask her what those letters mean afterwards if you don't know. And her title is Between Extremes, the Middle Way. Something Donna discussed with me very early in the month as we were putting it together, and she was very excited about it. And so she's done a lot of work on this, and I know you'll look forward to hearing her. She's a licensed Unity teacher, a certified trainer for the Center for Nonviolent Communication. She retired from her practice as a psychologist, but still teaches online at Grand Canyon University. Her passion is speaking truth from the heart. So we move to a time of meditation. Remember, we said that meditation is such a key part of us as Unity people. So we will do a meditation song first, and then the meditation, and right on then into the message for the day.
place where you can always go. Come with me, where it's all right to let your feelings show. Come with me. What a pleasant journey, isn't very far. We can go together, stay right where you are. And now it's time to start. It's right here in your heart. There is a place where you can be yourself. Come with me. And it's a place where you can free yourself. Come with me. And you know it's waiting, not so far away. Need no reservations, we could go today. Now it's time to start. It's right here in your heart. And the light shines through each window, and the door is open wide, and each question has an answer if you'll only look inside. There is a place where every sorrow ends. Come with me, where every hope and every truth begins. Come with me. What a pleasant journey, isn't very far. We can go together, stay right where you are. Now it's time to start. It's right here in your heart. And now it's time to start. It's right here in your heart.
So I cannot see the screen, as you can tell. That's why I was standing over here. But that's okay. I think there's going to be a picture of a symbol, a yin-yang symbol. Yes? No? Okay. All right. A picture of the slide. Did you put the slide in there with the yin-yang symbol for the meditation slide? Okay, I can't see it. Can we put it back? Yes. Yes, I just want you to see that. That's all, not me. Okay, so the meditation today, let's get ready for meditation. So I invite you to sit comfortably in your chair. I invite you to either close your eyes or fix your gaze lower. That helps with calming your mind. Well, let's take a few deep breaths together. Inhale and exhale. Let the body soften and allow your mind to settle into this moment. Bring your attention to the space beneath you. Feel the support of the earth, the floor, and the chair holding you. Let yourself arrive here, now. Any sounds in the background, just allow them to fade into the background. Allow your breath to become your anchor, steady, soft, flowing. So the slide I had was a picture of the yin-yang symbol, which is just a circle with an S in the middle. I want you to imagine that symbol before you. Now one side is light and the other side is dark. Notice its wholeness, the dark and the light, and the curved line that flows between them. In each side is a little circle of the opposite color. This is the path. It's the line you will walk. Imagine yourself stepping onto that line and becoming part of its flow. Take a step, take another step, and find your balance. One side holds stillness, quiet, coolness. That's the yin side. The other side holds energy, motion, and warmth. That's the yang side. And you are the awareness walking between them. You are the awareness walking between them. Begin to move along the curve in your mind's eye. Each step is another choice point, not between right and wrong, but between the extremes. You can feel the cool shadow of yin on one side, and you can feel the warm radiance of yang on the other side. And you walk, and as you walk, allow yourself to feel centered and aware, not pulled by one side, not rejecting the other. Breathing in balance, breathing out presence. As you walk, allow yourself to feel both sides within you, both the stillness and the striving, the receiving and the creating, the softness and the strength. You are the one who holds them both. You are the center. You are the bridge. This is the middle way. Not escape, but embrace. Not control, but clarity. For a few moments, in the silence, find a comfortable space to rest. In the silence. In the silence. Now let's bring our attention back to the breath. Feel your body. Feel the steadiness beneath you. Inhale and exhale. Bring your awareness back to this place and this time. Carry this awareness with you, that you can choose harmony over extremes, and that balance is not outside of you, it is within you. And when you're ready, open your eyes. So I created that meditation, and I like it. I really like it. You like it too? Thank you. The title of my talk today is Between the Extremes, the Middle Way. And the middle way refers to an approach that emphasizes balance and moderation and avoiding extremes. And now we can have extremes in a lot of ways. We can have extremes in thoughts, in feelings, in attitudes, and in actions. And I'll talk more about each of those ways and what to do with those extremes when I get to that part. But part of what I'm going to be talking about, focusing on, is finding the middle way mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And also looking for the bigger picture, realizing that there are gifts in the opposite sides of what you want. If something's happening and you don't like it, there's actually a gift in it for you. And those circles in the opposite colored circles, to me, those are the gifts in the opposite side. Because all opposites are related, and I'll tell you more about that also. So my interest in this topic started, maybe 6 weeks ago in our writers group. We have a writers group that's meeting actually Tuesday. I don't know if it's on the slides, but it's meeting Tuesday. And Neil will talk more about that. But I talked about the line between yin and yang and the type of perspective you'd have if you had that vantage point where you could see both sides of each situation. So that's kind of where the talk came out of, and that's where the meditation came out of. So I'll be talking about walking that line today. Walking the line between is an act of balance, presence, courage, and humility. It requires wisdom and clarity to neither cling nor push away. To neither cling nor push away. It's a place of calm, a place of peace, a space in the heart that does not rise or fall with circumstances. By standing in the middle, you begin to see the relationship between the opposites. Like a tightrope walker, you can't walk the middle by force. You walk it by feeling. This means listening to the body, the heart, and the moment. To walk this line, we learn to hold paradox, to let life be as it is, and still we choose with care. Still we choose with care. And so I'm also going to be talking about our choices and how they can align with our core values, what's really most important to us. So as we live in the present moment, this means responding, adjusting, sensing what's called for right now, and adapting with awareness. Let's talk a little bit about the yin-yang symbol. Now, I'm not an expert, but I did have this book published in 1991 on my bookshelf, The Tao of Inner Peace, because when I was younger, and actually most of my life, I've been on a quest for inner peace. So this is one of my books, and I was called to look through it. And there you have the yin-yang symbol, but actually this dot should be black, and this one is white in the symbol that the slide that I had for us to look at. The entire circle represents wholeness. Yin is the dark side, represents feminine, nurturing, feelings, and intuition. And yang is the light side, represents masculine energy, achieving, thinking, and action. Those are some of the qualities. She lists a lot of qualities of both sides in this book. If you want to take a look at it, I'll leave it on the greeter table if you want to look at it later during fellowship or whatever. I might leave it on the back table, actually. That's where we do our fellowship. The dots, each side contains the seed of the other side. I'm going to challenge us to find the gift in that space, the gift of the opposite. Now, the curved line, it's flowing, and it represents dynamic balance. And that's one of the principles in Taoism, dynamic balance. But before I get to that, I just want to say the yin-yang symbol teaches that opposites are interdependent. And balance and harmony come from accepting and integrating both sides of any experience. So from this book, Lao Tzu taught the principle of dynamic balance. When we can balance the opposites within and around us, we can find peace. Think about that. That's a big thought, isn't it? And Taoists recognize that one extreme will invariably lead to the other. What goes up must come down. So let's say we're pushing ourselves to get something done, pushing, and then we have this great fatigue afterwards, and we can't do anything. Know anybody like that? I do. I'll talk more about that. Okay, so I want to read this from Tao 46. Great trouble comes from not knowing what is enough. Great conflict arises from wanting too much. When we know when enough is enough, there will always be enough. Let me say that last line again. When we know when enough is enough, there will always be enough. Let's just breathe that one in. The other principle is the principle of oneness. The other main principle of Taoism is oneness. Because we are all part of a larger whole, if we take short-sighted action, that will produce imbalance on a grand scale. Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought of that? Short-sighted action on our part can create imbalance on a grand scale. Who remembers the movie Bruce Almighty? Anybody see Bruce Almighty? Okay. So Bruce is playing God and trying to answer everybody's prayers, and he gets overwhelmed. And he just starts saying yes to everyone and yes to everything. What happens? Chaos, calamity, earthquakes, floods. The society, pain, suffering, societal breakdown. That's what happens when he says yes to everything. That's what I think of when I think of one-sidedness. One-sidedness is kind of like when the washing machine is out of balance and it wobbles, boom, 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 like that. There's too much weight on one side, then you have to open the lid and fix it and try it again to make sure everything's balanced. When we choose one side, let's say we're always going to be strong, right? We're never going to be vulnerable. We cut ourselves off from a part of life and a part of ourselves. While strength might protect us, it may also prevent healing, connection, and growth. So let me read from Tao 2. This is the second reading and the last one from the Tao. Having and not having produce one another. Difficult and easy balance each other. Long and short complete one another. High and low rely on each other. Pitch and tone make harmony together. Beginning and ending follow each other. So that's when we're looking at a bigger picture, right? We can see the wholeness when we look for it. Your mental and physical health, your emotional health, and your spiritual health all depend upon holding this balance. It also affects your relationships, your work, your leisure time, your emotions, your ability to tune into your intuition, your self-esteem, your confidence, and your humility. All of that is part of this balance. So I think it's important to talk about it. So I'm going to go into how do we do this? How do we find this balance? And the first point will be avoiding extremes. And so I'm going to invite you, when you're taking action, to consider what too much and what just enough looks like and feels like for you. What too much and what just enough actually looks and feels like for you. Usually you can tell you're in an extreme of behavior because you're feeling very overwhelmed, you're feeling pressured, you're feeling confused, or you might have feelings of great sadness, depression, or angst, a lot of angst. That's when you can tell there are extremes going on, either within you, around you, or both. So extremes come in many forms, and I'm going to start with our thinking, extremes in our thinking. Now, I had a lot of practice with this, working as a therapist for many years, helping people challenge the extremes of their thinking. But the thing that helped me with that is whenever I tried to help someone else, I had to do it too, because otherwise I would be a hypocrite, right? If I didn't practice what I preached. So the whole time I'm helping others, I'm also helping myself, which was a beautiful experience. And I saw my clients as my teachers as well, and it was lovely. Now that I'm retired, doing something like this is purposeful for me, because I'm still teaching. But when I teach, I want to teach with humility, because I don't know. I don't know so much. And other people know more than I do about so many things. And I think teaching with humility is a form of the middle way, because you're sharing your knowledge, but you are able to say, I don't know, when you don't know. So back to extremes in thinking. I just kind of moved around a little bit there with my personal experience. It's something called black and white thinking. Anybody know black and white thinking? Okay, it's like every time I try to do something, it messes up. I just can't do anything right. It could also be always, never, either or, everyone, no one, everything, nothing. Those words in your mind can create extremes of feeling in your heart. Notice there's no gray areas, no middle ground with either or. And you can even put these together and compound the mess. You can say, everything always goes wrong. Nothing ever goes right. So now we've got everything and always together. So there's a couple of ways to deal with this. We can tell a more realistic story instead. Because we're always telling stories. We're telling stories to ourselves and to others about what we think and what we believe and how our viewpoints and our perspectives. We're always telling those stories. And sometimes if we listen to what we're saying to ourselves, it can be very insightful. So I've had an opportunity to practice over the past few weeks. About 5 weeks ago, I was happily doing yard work on a fine spring day. And the next day, I found myself unable to bend without pain. So I've always been a do-it-yourself kind of person, and I couldn't do that. I did not want to ask for help. I wanted to push through the pain. One of my lessons there was slowing down, being really conscious of my movements. Because what happened is I tripped an old injury in my hip from, in the mid-90s. So not just slowing down, but moving with intention and accepting my limits. Okay? So that required humility. And this showed up as asking for help without judging myself as helpless. Asking for help without judging myself as helpless. So telling a more realistic story for me was, I can be both flexible and strong. Well, I'm jumping ahead. A more realistic story was, I went to physical therapy, and the therapist said, "You are so flexible. You just need to build your core strength." Because strength without flexibility, you can get into all kinds of trouble. I mean, flexibility without strength. Either one, yeah, you can get into all kinds of trouble. Yeah, flexibility without strength, you'd end up in weird positions, and strength without flexibility, you'd be very rigid. You know? So we can also use both and thinking instead of either or. That's where I was going. I can be both flexible and strong. That's the thought. That's the thought. I'm not helpless because I have to ask for help. I can be both flexible and strong. I am independent and I need support at times. I can love someone and set boundaries with them. Or I can love someone and set boundaries for myself. So, example, today I called Neil. He was already here. It was early. And I said, "I hope you're there early because you're coming back to pick me up." I have a little sports car, and I have not been driving it because getting in and out can tweak pull out my SI joint or whatever. So I've been avoiding driving. And he says, "Well, no, I hadn't actually planned that." I says, "Okay, well, I can just do this online." That was me setting a boundary for myself because I didn't want to drive. And he said, I can pick you up. When everything's humming, I'll come back and get you. And that will be beautiful, he said. And I was like, beautiful, that's nice. All right. So I can love someone and still set boundaries for myself, right? That's a both and. Extremes of thinking, like I said earlier, often lead to extremes of feelings. Okay, especially when we think in terms of demands on ourselves, like I have to, I should, I must, I need to. That tends to make us feel overwhelmed, resentful, anxious, and depressed. So what do we do with that? Well, demands are an extreme form of thinking. So we can bring choice in to balance that. We can say, I want to, I would like to, I choose to, and lighten the load a little bit. Because when we say I choose to, it gets us to really get in touch with why we're doing what we're doing. You know, what are our values that are prompting us to do something? And when we get in touch, that's core strength emotionally, knowing what those values are. What about attitudes? How about this one? Either perfectionism or complacency. If I can't do it all yesterday, I might as well not even start. And throw in a little procrastination in there too. If I can't do it all yesterday, I might as well not do it at all. Anybody familiar with that one? It can be very sneaky, and you may not be aware that's the thought that's going on. But there's a great recovery slogan I like to use to remind myself, progress, not perfection. And that helps me to kind of balance my way. What about judgments of yourself and judgments of others? Guess what they make you feel like? Less than or better than. You either feel less than or better than others. Those are extremes. So the middle way involves, I'm going to be responsible, I'm going to be accountable, while at the same time I'm going to accept my own limitations. What about that? Self-acceptance and accountability. Right? I see a nod back there. That's good. All right, I'm getting through. All right. How about extremes in relationships? We avoid confrontation to keep the peace. And then we get so pissed off we lash out, like a pressure cooker. The middle way might be adjusting your workload while still being committed to the task, respecting both your strengths and your limits. I had an exercise with that years ago. I got my master's in psychology, and this was, I went to a school that was humanistic, which was about personal growth and choice, really. I learned these things way back when. So, because I resonated with that. And so we had this exercise, we had a homework assignment, where we had to go home and make a list of our strengths and our limits. Our strengths on one column and our weaknesses on the other column. If that wasn't hard enough to do, we had to come back and read it to the class at the next class. Okay, so this was really, pushing. And so I made a column on a piece of paper, and I started, and I got one strength, I got two weaknesses. I got another strength, I got 3 more weaknesses, right? So the weakness column was getting too long, right? And I said to myself, I am not going to class and reading this list with all those weaknesses on one side and just a couple of strengths on the other side. I'm not going to do it. So what should I do? How do I do this? And I started to look at how I could turn weaknesses into strengths, right? So like one of my weaknesses was I was very sensitive. I took everything personal. I did. I really did. Before I learned nonviolent communication. And that's all I'm going to say about NVC. But because Betty was announcing this talk, she said, I know she's going to talk about NVC. And I'm like, nope, not this time. But so I found that I could use that sensitivity to be really, to have empathy for others and be empathic. And I use that a lot in my therapy. I mean, I was listening a lot and I was understanding a lot. So we can look at our weaknesses and turn them into strengths and find that balance in our lives. And back to relationships and feeling less than or better than others. There's a recovery promise that I really like. Another one is, I see myself as an equal and my relationships are all with equal partners. That's one of my recovery goals. And I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Look at this beautiful relationship that we have. He lets me speak. He lets me speak on a Sunday, and he's the minister. Is that not a balance? It's a balance, isn't it? All right. So now, in relationship, instead of avoiding confrontation, then lashing out, we can learn how to express our needs without blame. Just because we have unmet needs doesn't mean anybody's at fault. It just means we have unmet needs. And we can ask for help and make requests instead of demands and allow the other person the choice to say yes or no, if they can't or they can. So how do we see a bigger picture when we're stressed? Guess what? We can't. When we're stressed, we can't see a bigger picture. You know why? Your nervous system, it goes into survival mode. Fight, flight, freeze. This creates tunnel vision. And you focus on what's in front of you rather than the bigger picture. So what do? When you relax even a little bit, your nervous system shifts into a more open and reflective state. So next time you're stuck or you're feeling overwhelmed, take a pause. Create a space between what you think and what you do. Step away from the problem and do something that helps you relax your body and your mind. We have once a month a new ladies crafters group, and boy, do we have fun making wreaths, Mayflower wreaths last time, and the next time we're going to make sun catchers, and they're going to be stained glass sun catchers, and that'll be the third Monday in June, right here, 1 o'clock. So relaxing, finding something that helps you relax. Could be playing music, just for yourself, not for anyone else. Or, it could be, I like doing crafts. Crafts really helps me just focus on the task. Or going out in nature, bird watching. It's beautiful. Today it's going to be 75 degrees here. This is perfect weather, isn't it? So when you relax and you step away from the problem, this often leads to an aha moment. Sometimes we call those God bumps, when you get this aha, this insight. And that happens because you have relaxed and you're not pushing. Let's see, it's time for me to stop, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to move ahead. The last thing I want to say is, remember all things are related, and what you do to one part of the whole can affect the rest. So if you're harsh with yourself, guess what you're going to be around others? Harsh with them, right? And I just want to take one everyday example before I stop. Balancing action and rest. So I have a cot in my office now. And when I sit up and do my grading, I grade a paper, then I lie down and take a rest. I'm balancing action and rest with that. And it's also important to balance confidence with humility. Confidence without humility can lead to power struggles, and humility without confidence could lead to loss of power in our lives. I have a handout on the back table. It's a balance wheel. You're welcome to take it home with you and color it in. There are directions on the handout. I'd like to end with an affirmative, quick prayer. So let's breathe. Let's come back to the present and drop down into our heart space. Here's the affirmation. I am aware of the patterns within and around me. I balance the yin and the yang of my life. I relax and allow a bigger picture to emerge. I remember that all things are related. I act in integrity with my values, and I am grateful, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Platform.
Thank you, Donna. It's not a matter of me letting her do it. Just thought I'd tell you that.
I was kidding.
I know. Oh. You've given us a lot to think about. Thank you. Well, Unity of Payson is a source of information, a source of inspiration, and so we give back to Unity of Payson. And so now's the time when we come to our gifts and offerings. We haven't got it out. I think it's still back there, our basket. So the basket will end up over here. And if you're in person and you have a gift, please go to the basket at any time and place your gift there. We are extremely grateful. If you're online, there's some slides that give us an idea of how to give online. It's easy to do. First of all, go to unityofpayson.org. There's a big button that says donate, and it's very simple to do that. Particularly then when you're able to do that on a recurring basis. If you're a supporter of this ministry and you're able to do that in a recurring basis, it really helps us as well in our planning. And then, of course, so there's an option to text. If we look at the next slide real quick. And there's lots of ways nowadays to give, and we're grateful. If you haven't found a way, come and talk to me. I'll make sure to let you know how to do that. So when we think of our giving back, we think of how we're part of a circle of giving and receiving. And so we have an affirmation, if we can bring that up, and we'd like to do that. We won't do a dedication of the offering as we sometimes do. Maybe that'll help us save a little time, but we will focus on this affirmation. And will you say it together with me? Freely we give, and freely we receive. We'll now have some special music, a recorded thing by Faith Rivera called The Power of Now, as you prepare your gift or as you just sit and contemplate.
is always present, nowhere to be. Then where you are, the power of now flows oh so gracefully. The power of now is always perfect, nothing to be. Then who you are, the power of now flows oh so easily. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control. For everything goes away. Let everything wash away. The power of God. The power of now is ever flowing, connecting the soul to the one. The power of now unfolds so peacefully. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control. For everything goes away. Let everything wash away. The power of now. The power of now. The power of now. The power of now.
We got a little trip to Hawaii. How about that? So we're going to move on to just mention some of our events that are happening here at Unity Payson. But first, we have a new theme coming up in the month of June, and next Sunday will be the 1st of June. And our theme will be courageous. Courageous. The affirmation, divine strength paves my way. I boldly do what is mine to do. There's a lot to learn from this study of courage. And I will be speaking, and I've chosen as a title, Help is a Holy Word, Courage to Claim the Call. So moving on to our events. First of all, we have, me, and then on to the events. First thing is, there's the yin-yang symbol for you. Qigong Tai Chi with Teresa, Tuesday and Thursday. Starts at 9:30 in the morning on Zoom through 10:10, a 40-minute time slot. I've not participated yet, but I've heard some really good things and how people are really enjoying that. So take advantage of that wonderful opportunity. And then next we have the renewed pen. We got the slide in there. I forgot about it earlier. It's not 3:30, it's 4 o'clock. Okay, scratch the 3:30 in your mind and put 4 o'clock in there. So if you love to write, we have usually have a prompt that we write to. If you've not yet attended and you'd like to know what that prompt is, let me know or let Donna know, and we'll let you know what the prompt is, and we'll meet together. We'll share what we've written, or you're welcome to come and just listen as well. And we're not very critical of each other. It's not that kind of thing. It's just sharing what we're doing. And I hope if you love to write that you'll join us. Then, of course, we have on Saturday morning cafe. There's such a core group that have really found value in this. We'd love to have some other people join us. 9:30, we read the daily word, and then who knows where it's going to go from there. But we're sharing from our heart and connecting with each other in community. Then later in the day, on Saturday, at 4 p.m., Saturday Soul Boost. Now, yesterday was a little bit different because it wasn't me sharing things about my message, but Donna sat in, and it was a fun thing to do, and we'll do that. So come at 4 o'clock on Zoom, share with me. I'm going to lay out some thoughts, share with me what your thinking is, and it may show up in the message the next day. You'll have to wait and see. So we move now to the closing of our service. We're going to stand, if you will, here in person, and we'll say our prayer for protection together, and then we'll have Phyllis accompany us as we do the peace song. And then if you're here in person, feel free to begin the socialization, but the music will continue, and Phyllis is going to go on and play for us. So here we go. Let's go together on the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And the peace song. Grab somebody's hand if you'd like to. Just get connected. Go ahead. Phyllis. Thank you all for being here this morning. We've been delighted to share with you, both those of you who are online, and take it away, Phyllis, and play as long as you want to play. We'll socialize, and blessings on all of you with us online.
Oh, I know, the mess, it's wonderful.
These were the slides and I did. I'm saying,